Hello, my friends. Welcome back to another episode of Pana Gringo. That's right, the podcast for living in Panama. And I have some great guests here with me today. Guys, my name is Austin Hess, COO and lead relocation specialist with Do Panama Real Estate and Relocation. And we just love helping people discover this amazing country and come find the beautiful life that I've come to know here and meet incredible Panamanians, which I look forward to introducing you to today. I have with me one of my favorite entrepreneurs. This guy is a mover and shaker. He's coming up with the greatest ideas in the gastronomic and nightlife scene. That's right. This entrepreneur, Louis Pigyard Ami. How did I do?
Great.
It always gets better. It always gets better.
Oh, that's good. I try, brother. I try.
And it's always been a pleasure to be here. Every time, since the first time I met you, the restaurant magazine, Do Panama, whatever, and everything you're doing for our community, for your community, for people outside of Panama, it's been a pleasure. It's a pleasure. It's been an honor, and it's real admirable to see how you've grown and how you're making our community and our economy grow with you.
I love it. Well, and I appreciate those kind words.
Of course, man.
I love it, brother. Thank you so much. I'm so heartfelt. Now, I'm glad you brought that up because I want to get into that. I mean, I want to talk all about your amazing establishments that you have, but I want to start, the reason I stayed in this country was the life. The Panamanian people, the culture, celebrate everything. It's Tuesday, let's shoot fireworks off, it's such a beautiful community and a beautiful country. Then you have all these great expats that are kind of outside the box, entrepreneurial minded. So you have a really cool community here of Panamanians and expats. So in your opinion, being in the nightlife and restaurant scene, what part of the lifestyle and the quality of life do you think attracts people to stay here?
Okay, so let me put it from like one. So you remember you're from the U.S., right?
Of course.
I grew up in the U.S. and I came to Panama in the year 2000 when I was 10 years old. So like my Panamanians, half American, half Panamanian, and the other side of my family is 100% Panamanian from Panama. One of the biggest issues growing up was seeing the difference between growing up in Florida, in let's say South Kendall, Florida,
Of course.
with some part of Miami, and Panama. Panama is so special in which you get to go to school 5 minutes away. You get to play a sport with your friends every day, as in many Latin American countries. You have a beautiful, beautiful ocean view skyline. You have a park, you have Parque Omar, you have the Cinta Costera. We have a monumental place, which is Patrimonio Histórico, which is our casco antiguo, as does San Juan and Cartagena and Antigua, Guatemala, and other Caribbean places. And part of the lifestyle is that you get all of this right in front of your eyes, and at affordable prices, dollarized economy, and beautiful people. And we're just a beautiful Latino country, trying to do our best and trying to every day be like our better versions of ourselves. I think we've done that in the last 30 years. We've been developing our country. We're developing our food scene, our entertainment scene, our nightlife scene. I think we've done one of the most amazing tourism campaigns in the last 10 to 15 years. I'll give them credit for that.
And I think the way we keep it, I had a discussion yesterday and someone was telling me like, oh, we're not a Puerto Vallarta, we're not this. I'm like, I'm glad, I think that the future of tourism is having that more of an authentic feel, going to Bocas del Toro and having these hotels over the water. And it's like, I was a big backpacker when I was a kid. I was a brokey traveling the world, sleeping in dorm rooms. And I loved how you could build like a relationship with people in your community, in your ecosystem right there at the hostel. And now that I have more financial gain and I like discussing things about the world with others with financial elements, you can have that in like a place like Bocas del Toro or Vanau, these cute hotels that are more mom and pop, 5 to 12 rooms. And it's just a beautiful form of tourism. And then, of course, you come to the city and you have great restaurants and rooftops and zip lines going from one corner to the other. Like, it's just like Panama has it all. And it's like, it's a very special place, It's
a very special place. And it's very important that us as Panamanians, we need to understand and value that. We need to continue valuing that. We need to develop our country for its best. We need to develop ourselves as professionals. We need to develop all of our industries. It goes from real estate to hospitality. It goes from the engineering and logistics that goes with our canal, which is where our economy is based on, to the tourism part, to the finance part, to the legal part, everything.
And now the medical. I mean, medical tourism is really picking up.
Oh yeah, that's doing really well.
Well, I mean, it's incredible. Like how I've met more NFL players in Panama in the last 3 years than I have ever done in the United States in my 29 years living in the U.S.
Well, I love mentioning people. Are you okay with that?
Yeah.
I have a great friend. His name is Alberto Gonzalez. He's doing medical tourism with Origins. They do the regeneration, stem cell.
That's what all these NFL players are coming
So
here for.
you have these beautiful businesses who are bringing all these expats and foreigners and high level or high personalities, professionals to Panama. And then, for example, my father, he's a plastic surgeon.
An amazing one.
I love him.
Give a
He's the
shout out
best.
to your dad, right?
Father, I love you. Thank you for everything. As you can see, there's nothing has been done yet. I haven't reached that level. My father's hosting the International Plastic Surgeons Congress because he was the president of the association, then the president of the federation. He's been traveling the whole year. He's bringing in 1,500 plastic surgeons next year for his Congress in March.
Incredible.
They have 1,500 plastic surgeons coming to Panama for a whole week. They're taking over 10 hotels. They're taking over the restaurants, nightclubs. He's already sort of harassed me like, hey, you need to get on picture, son. We're gonna do the events at your place and his place. I'm like, Dad, we got it covered. It's going to be amazing
too. Is many of these people probably have never come to Panama.
That's the best part. You know how many
and they're
pictures
gonna
they
fall
take?
in love with this country. Like people fall in love. Like I mean, obviously we work with a lot of people coming in. It's like to hear what they have to say. Like I don't even want to leave. You know, and it's like I love that power in like this is embedded in people's souls as soon as they walk off the airplane in Panama.
So one of the most recent events we had was the youth awards, which was hosted by Panama. It was a great joint effort and I would say success mission.
Huge success.
Huge success mission by our mayor and Mayor Mayer Mirashi and our Minister Tutia Leon of Tourism and our executive branch, the president, and everybody else who participated, and all the Panamanians who participated. Not even in hospitality, in the entertainment industry, in music, in event production. The impact that was measured on social media, and you had all these musicians. We were in constant negotiations for artists. Like, hey, we had Mike Towers and Sesh come to Furia to party the Wednesday before.
It's amazing.
That was awesome.
That's huge, right?
Hey, huge shout out to Sesh. We love you, and we love you since day one. Since day one, my friend.
Well, and I'm glad you're bringing this up. I'm glad we're moving into this segment because I really want to talk. You know, I know you have a found understanding of the restaurant, gastronomic scene, the nightlife scene. Let's talk about, you know, for me, this is like one of the coolest and literally, I mean, probably one of the best restaurants and gastronomic scenes I've ever been in. You know, I've lived in New York, I've lived in LA, I've traveled the world. I'm still go back to, I literally was in a podcast the other day on another lady's YouTube channel, and I just went to Italy for 16 days, and I think the Italian food in Panama is better. And someone commented on the video, like, I think the same thing. So it's incredible. Like, you know, you have the Italians that move here, and they literally ship in containers of not produce, but products that they use for their restaurants. And so, like, you have authentic food from Greece, from Italy, from Germany, from obviously
China.
I mean, yeah, huge Chinese restaurant scene here.
Of course.
And it's just, you know, it's just so amazing. But I want to get into kind of why you've chosen. I mean, I know you have these awesome establishments that are not on rooftops, but it's like you're moving into rooftops. You know, I keep hearing you use the word rooftop, and I want to talk a little bit about that. Like, what's your inspiration there?
Okay, so my hospitality group, I have the best partners in the world. So first out, I have the best partners in the world in what we've done for the last 10, 20 years. Nightlife is special. Nightlife is necessary. People need to release. People need to meet with others. It's been 2,000 years since people go to a place to be able to share their stories of the day and to be able to meet new people. So it just evolves. Nightlife is not just nightclubs. Nightlife is having a drink after 5 p.m. Nightlife is being able to take your convertible and drive through the causeway and see the beautiful skyline of Panama, and have a safe road and have a, let's say, an artisan commerce product that you can buy at the end, or can you just walk through Casco and see the beautiful architecture and all these hotels. Panama's been evolving. And I think Latin America has been developing itself. I think we're doing a great, amazing job. As you said, Panama, there's this quote that's Panama para el mundo. So we were meant to share our virtues and our talents with the world. And with that, we've been able to receive so many people from out of Panama who have brought their talents, who have brought their culture, who have brought their traditions, their folklore, their histories, and they're putting that storytelling into all these restaurants and all to these hotels and all the things that they're bringing to Panama, and they're making it more, they're enriching our culture. It's not the melting pot, as you would say in other countries. We're like the Thanksgiving basket. We're like the Thanksgiving, like the cornucopia.
The cornucopia of the world. I love it. I love it.
We're like the fruit basket, where you have like a fruit from every country. It's been amazing. I've been blessed to be able to work with the best chefs in the industry, with the best nightclub owners, the best musicians. I'm talking about like Sesh and Bosa. They're probably Panama's the biggest music representatives of Panama for the urban genre. I've been working with them since I'm 15 years old in the Club Union. And then in nightclubs, and then promoting on Thursdays and Fridays, and then hosting carnivals with Paradise and Pescadito, and these guys, they're not doing 2 songs and a performance. They're not doing weddings anymore. They're closing out stadiums around the world. They're leaving us high flagged. Panama's doing its best. They're traveling the world, showing their talent, and they're talking about us. And then you have all these people, tourists. Even Panamanians bring their friends in. They're coming to Casco. They're coming to all the places that you recommend. That we're gonna go with that with Vicky. They're coming to all these places that they're coming to meet Panama, to see what we have. And then you're finding these beautiful restaurants with a beautiful Italian chef. It's located on the lobby of the building or on the rooftop of the building, and they have authentic kitchen with architecture that just enriches a place, and you feel like you've been moved to Little Italy. You feel like you're traveling to the streets of Okinawa in Japan when you go to one of these like Izakai Kabukas or like the Hikarus of Panama. So like just to give a few examples, you have the Italians with Gringo. A shout out to all the best groups in Panama. You have a beautiful hospitality groups. You have Grupo Maito. You have Marta Van der Werf. You have Felipe Milanes. You have CM Foods. We have us, and it's just been. You have all these beautiful chefs who work on their own doing this stuff. We've just joined forces with Carlos Alba, which is Chombolin, and we're creating a beautiful restaurant. We opened up. It's called Brand Experience Center. We're right in the middle of Casco in the entrance. It's located in Terraplén, so it has this historical value for the entrance of Casco. Terraplén is what protected the land from the sea. So we've just joined forces. We're opening up a rooftop. We have a 300 square meter restaurant, 300 square meter rooftop.
When is this open?
Well, today we're filming.
Oh, so we're getting close.
So if this is going to be, let's say, launch in 1 month.
A couple weeks.
The place is open right now.
I love it.
This is like Back from the Future. I'm theophoning this. And us, for example, we've done very well with the nightclubs, and we're very grateful for the clientele that we have. Panama is a community that parties very young on, let's say, the weekdays, and parties all the ages on the weekends. But we're migrating to rooftops. We did a fantastic job, I would proudly say, with Cielo and Alboa. We have a beautiful alliance with Point, and the Point operator is one of the biggest views in Panama. And now we're building a rooftop in Casco, where we're building a rooftop in Morgan building in Costa del Este, which is a huge place of growth. We're building a rooftop in Oceania, which has been proven that can have food and beverage establishments by the operators that are already there. Shout out to them. And that's where we're going. And if you mix all of this that we're doing as hospitality, food and beverage, and part of the nightlife of curating that nightlife options are still worth it, then you mix that up with all the investment, real estate, and opportunity that people are coming to Panama to invest, and why they want to invest in Panama, and why the square meter is worth more in certain areas, because you have all the complements. It's like the amenities,
Of course,
of a building. Just the amenities here are of the ecosystem, because you have you have everything that complements it.
Well, I love it, and I'm super excited, guys. I'm excited for the new spot. I love all your spots. I was just at CLO with some clients the other day. They absolutely loved it. In the text of this video, you're going to find links to all of Lewis's great restaurants. So make sure to check him out. Go support this guy. I mean, him and his team, the staff, they're all amazing. They treat you like kings. The food is amazing. And the whole experience overall is incredible at all your establishments.
Thank you.
I thank you for coming on. We have another guest, though, on the show today, and she's just over there smiling, and I love it. And, you know, Victoria, I met probably about a year ago talking about one of her projects. And Victoria Levitam, she is an ambassador of Panama. I mean, she is a mover and shaker. She loves this country. She loves to be able to connect and just show her love for the country of Panama. So thank you so much for coming to the show.
So honored to be here.
Well, and so let's talk a little bit. Obviously, you know, like I said, you're a mover and shaker. You like to make things happen. So let's talk a little bit about the real estate game. You know, you've been a lot in the real estate game. And obviously for me, I'm seeing what's happening in Panama, what's happening in the rest of the world. What do you see with the market now, and where do you see it going in 5 years?
So definitely it's a magical moment, I would say. And thank you for inviting me to your beautiful podcast. You have such a contagious energy and such an
thank you so
authentic
much.
soul.
I appreciate
so
you.
I'm very happy to be here and to collaborate with you. I've been doing real estate for 21 years, and really I come from a development background. So I've been always kind of like working on creating these masterpieces or these developments that change a little bit how we live in Panama. I think that the moment that we have today, it's probably because life is cycles. And I think I saw this maybe in 2010, because I started real estate in 2004. Well, Panama was booming. And I think we're just entering in this embryo phase of the next best 5-10 years that we cannot even think of.
We don't
what's
even
gonna
know
happen.
what's going to happen.
And I think there's many things that some we can control and some we can't.
Of course.
But as life is, you know, there is the magical push of the universe. And I think that at this moment, we're on this epicenter of not just like 120 years of economic stability, you know, and political stability and the dollarization of our economy, but also we have the connectivity, which is there can be a destination without the connectivity, and we're the biggest hub of the Americas. We have these massive infrastructure pipeline that's coming with $30 billion of investments. So when you used to see a couple of developers doing developments, 20 years ago, and now reigniting themselves, it's because we understand that this massive infrastructure that's going to come to our country will help the entire economy and obviously the real estate development world as well. Definitely we have a momentum for tourism. I mean, tourism has been growing exponentially. I think it has duplicated the last year. And I think these Copa kind of like stopover has helped a lot. And I was listening to you both talking about, you know, these professional athletes coming to Panama and these people that are just stopping by. And then when they kind of like spend a couple of hours here, they're just in shock.
It's over. You fall in love. You're in.
I've been talking with so many people that used to go to Costa Rica or like Los Cabos or other places. And when they come to Panama, they had no expectations. You know, it's an educational thing. And I think we're all coming together and talking about it. It just makes it more special. But definitely, if you ask me where we are, I think that we are where Los Cabos was 15 years ago or Miami 20 years ago. And the momentum is here. You know, when you kind of like compare Panama to all of the regional other countries, the security that you have here, the friendliness, the quality of life, it's magical.
Well, I think, you know, out of all of those things, like, you named it. There's just so much here that is like a great reason. The safety. I mean, obviously being a father myself, it's like my safety is very important, but my child's safety and allowing him to be able to be like I was a kid in the US, like, oh yeah, just come home when the street light comes on, and it's like you feel that freedom here and it's really nice. I mean,
It's super nice.
like
And,
a lot of people say that they come down here and they're like, I feel like I can let my hair down. Doesn't matter what country they come from, whether it's US, Canada, Trinidad and Tobago, all of the
Colombia,
European countries.
like they're like, oh my God, like my kids are going to school. And I'm like, it feels like one told me like, I feel like I'm being kind of like irresponsible, And I'm like, no, that's the beauty of our country. The top CEOs just go and drive and it's a very safe and very friendly environment. And that's the energetic thing that somehow captures people when they come, and they just kind of like falls in love. Panama doesn't shout, but it calls you. And if you stop and if you listen closely, you really fall in love with it.
I love that. Now, I know that our country is amazing and there's so many destinations, but, and we talk about these destinations a lot. And I myself like to focus on the different destinations, usually because I'm talking to people that are not just looking at the city, but we've seen a huge shift, at least in Panama, where a lot of our buyers and people relocating to the country
Yes.
are choosing the city. So let's kind of just talk about the ecosystems of Panama City. I mean, we have Punta Pacifica, you have Avenida Balboa, Bella Vista area, you have Costa del Este, you have the Ocean Reef, you have San Francisco. What is your favorite ecosystem? What is your favorite area of the city?
Well, it's hard. I think each one is spectacular in their own way. I would say I have to choose between two. First of all, I'm someone that loves the ocean and the water, so I love to be near the water.
Of course.
In Panama, you have that. I mean, when you have that opportunity, I live in Punta Pacifica, so like my sanctuary is my balcony. And even though I'm like looking at this beautiful skyline and I can see, the Serrancon and the Gary Museum and I can see the Casco Viejo, I still have hummingbirds, coming to my balcony. So it's like that contrast that Panama gives you. It's crazy. Definitely, I do have to say Ocean Reef because I worked and led that project for 11 years and we created a very emblematic development, not only for Panama, but for the region. They were the first man-made islands created in the Pacific. Everything was natural. So all the construction, all the rocks, all the sand. So the energy there is phenomenal. It's kind of like a different ecosystem. You're kind of like looking at Panama, but it feels...
It's a hugely different ecosystem out there. I mean, it's
like
amazing.
You're in the interior, like you're navigating, you're sailing away. So that freedom and that beautiful energy, it's special. And then I would say, I love Casco Viejo.
Yeah, of course. Casco Viejo is amazing.
Because I feel that Casco, it's a place that reflects the kind of like the origin of our country. It's walkable. Everyone says hi. It's a place that you just enter to different locations and you love the architecture and you connect with kind of like our story and our origin. And I think it's very important to always remember that. So Casco is a place that reminds you how Panama was, I don't know, 20, 30 years ago, like when we used to go to Cangrejo, which is a walkability neighborhood as well. And I love that charm that you get because the city is so it's so contrasting. It feels like New York in a smaller scale and people are like in shock when they see all our buildings and the energy. And in Panama, by the way, the energy is fast. This is an entrepreneurial destination. This is it's not a seasonal destination, like the Caribbean or other places. It's a year-long destination. So, I mean, how many multinationals we have here? How many entrepreneurship? The top entrepreneurs from the region are either have family offices here or second home business here or whatever. So this is a place of creation. And you can feel that in the energy. But then also, we're kind of like curated by these two oceans that somehow mimetize the energy. And
with the beautiful mountain range in the middle too.
Totally, like
you
the
have
jungle,
everything.
So somehow that makes us sane. And that brings this different energy that when you're in Panama and when you travel, it's like so cool to be in Europe and in all of these amazing countries. But when you come to Panama, you have that kind of like duality of having that really, really modern city, but also that really, really enrooted connection to nature. And that, I think it just keeps us more happy.
I love it. Well, I couldn't agree more. And yeah, it's. I always tell people it's where the jungles meet, the concrete jungle and the real natural jungle. I mean, you can see it from most apartment buildings. You can see the jungle. Like, this is incredible.
It's crazy. It's crazy. And also when you see how the neighborhoods are evolving, you see how the country is evolving, right?
Well, and
Because
even when we built all these neighborhoods, like you were talking about Paitilla earlier, and you see different parts of Bay Vista, and even you have Parque Omar over in San Francisco, like all the trees that they left, there's trees everywhere. And so even when you are in the city, and there's parrots, I made a video today walking on the Cinco Costera of the avatar flowers that are just so gorgeous in this tree. And I was filming the flowers, and then all of a sudden, like there was like 10 hummingbirds and I was like, I love the hummingbirds,
Yes.
And it's just, like you said, it's a beautiful place. It's a beautiful city. And I think, you definitely nailed it there with all that great information. I appreciate you coming on the show today.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Of course, Louis as well. And you're both of you guys as very insightful and entrepreneurial people for Panama. You guys are doing great things, and I appreciate you. And I appreciate you welcoming and giving people reason to come to this amazing country with all your great projects.
And I think, to close it off, I mean, so many years ago, so long, I'm talking like 3 million years ago, there was no Panama. There was only ocean, and that's kind of like the story of the Bio Museum. And then out of nowhere, land comes out, and then this bridge of land connects North and South America. And this little piece of land somehow connected animals met and plants mixed, and somehow something changed. The entire earth was changed because of our small isthmus, which is Panama. And I think today you can feel that. And that's kind of like the magic of Panama. It's not just a country that's uniting continents and oceans, but it's a country that's uniting cultures and energy and people. And I think at the end, everything is about people and connection. And that's, I think, the combination of cultures that we have here and how welcoming we are. Somehow we're just kind of like used to that because that's how we were created. It just generates this magical energy that I think it's kind of like what binds us off.
What keeps us all here, whether you're a Panamanian or you're an expat like myself. I mean, even when I travel, I get home, I'm like, oh my gosh, I love this country. It's such a beautiful place to live. So anyone out there that's thinking about moving to Panama, of course, Do Panama, my team, our affiliates throughout the country, love assisting you. For more information about our company, go to dopanama.com. Stop by our headquarter office inside the Waldorf Astoria Hotel on level P, right in front of the swimming pool, or just 10 feet inside the front doors of the Hilton Hotel. We also have an information desk. We love helping people and, of course, allowing you to discover your new life in this beautiful country. Again, thank you to my guests today, and thank you to all of you watching this podcast. Please share it on your Facebook page or any other social medias that you use. We definitely appreciate it. And subscribe to the channel and tap on that notification bell so you get notified each time we put out a new video. Guys, until next time, ciao.